Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight is the fourth entry in the Momodora series by Brazilian indie developer Bomb Service and directed by Ardeen, R-D-E-I-N, Erdine? I don't know much about the other entries, but this one is a neat little side-scrolling Metroidvania with a Dark Souls vibe and anime aesthetic. If you finish the game once on hard mode, you unlock the highest difficulty, in which you start out with a tiny sliver of a health bar that's so short that a single hit will kill you. Throughout the game it's possible to collect health upgrades, but I'm not going to do that. There's also an achievement for finishing the game without killing any regular enemy, only bosses and 2 mini-bosses. I don't usually do achievements, but that challenge seems interesting, so I decided to try it. I'll explain how I succeeded along the way. We are playing as Kaho, a priestess come to the Kingdom of Karst because a curse has spread to her homeland from there. Our guide tells us to seek an audience with the queen, so on we go. Oh, by the way, when I say hitless in the title, I really mean that Kaho dies on taking a single hit, not that this is a no-death run. That would be much more difficult. So whenever you see me leave a save point, it's safe to assume I cut out some failed attempts before the short footage. Anyway, once you get up the ladder here, after collecting money from the chest, you want to roll through the enemy, jump up and over the enemy, drop down and roll through the imp at the end. The bellflowers here are healing items that we can completely ignore in this run. Jump past the enemies onto the next screen, and it's the first time to use a bow in order to raise some platforms out of the spikes. And we finally got our first save point in form of a bell shrine. On this screen we need to quickly jump to the edge of the first step, immediately jump again to the edge of the top step, then jump to the next platform and jump again past the final enemy. Here we need to collect more money from the chest below. If the imps that ambushed us throw daggers, evade them by exploiting the iframes during the dodge roll. Now we jump down, wait for the dagger throw, dodge through it, jump to the edge of the platform, roll through the other enemy, wait for another dagger throw and roll through the final imp. This screen requires a lot of luck during dodging. Standing on this part right here is quite safe, so we just wait for the barrier to go down after activating the blue orb with an arrow. This screen is quite random again because of the jumping imp, but it's not too hard if you keep dodging. Now we wait for the bomb throw, drop down and immediately double jump to evade the knives coming at us. We can jump safely over the poison mist if we keep moving fast enough. Drop down, dodge the knife, drop down to collect more money. Go up again. And enter another extremely random area. I don't think there's any safe strategy for this screen, so all I can say is try and try again. Once you're up, wait for the bomb, then move on. Here wait for the shield imp to walk back and throw a knife, jump to the edge and dodge through her. By the way, enemies killing themselves without our help are fair game. I'm not playing through this section again for that. And we found another bell shrine. Here we encounter our first mandatory boss, the arthropod demon Edea. The key to defeating it is to always go right no matter what. Unlike many other bosses, just touching it doesn't deal damage, so it's totally safe to keep hugging it. When the head rears up, dodge roll, then jump and attack 3 to 5 times and anticipate the next attack. This part right here where it spits poison and then moves left is a bit dangerous, because being poisoned means death. However, jumping reliably prevents that from happening and the poison cloud soon disperses. Just rinse and repeat until it's eventually dead. Having defeated the boss without taking a hit, we get a special item. But first go left to save, because coming up there's another enemy and if we die to her, we have to do the fight all over again. The item we got, Edea's Pearl, adds poison to a bow, which is quite useful for future boss fights. Anyway, let's enter the city, shall we? As another aside, I won't be talking to NPCs much, so if you want to know more about the story and characters, play the game yourself. It's pretty fun in a miserable kind of way. I will however talk to this guy because he sells a crystal seed which temporarily boosts damage. It costs 80 money, which is exactly what we have right now. What a coincidence, huh? The door on the right is closed, so bait an attack, then jump up, dodge the next attack, jump over the wolf and go up. The entrance to the castle on the left is closed by an impenetrable barrier, so we go right instead. Do a running double jump at the very edge of the platform and dodge through the wolf right after hitting the ground. Dodge the wolf, evade the attack, jump over the attack, jump over the wolf and leave quickly. Here, drop down and keep going left. Once you get back to the shortcut, go right and left again to reset the area and avoid the witch's attack, then save. Go back to the building and drop down the first hole to start the second boss fight. Try to keep Mocha on the very left and evade after the attack indicator flashes. Then hit it with the bow. Don't charge it, just keep tapping the button as fast as possible and crouch to get in more hits. Make sure not to stay in the poison clouds left by your bow, because they can kill Kaho too. Once the HP indicator reaches 75% or so, the true boss appears. Lubella, the witch with the big horns. Charge a bow attack and keep hitting her. Dodge through any attacks and keep an eye on the ground in the middle for projectiles that shoot up. She didn't do it in this fight, but when she disappears, go to the very left, then run and roll towards the center to avoid the attack. And she's dead already. In case you couldn't tell, boss fights are going to be the least problem in this run thanks to the items obtained for defeating bosses without taking damage. The Backman patch we get here in particular is extremely powerful. After saving, move right, jump up and over an attack, then dodge through the witch and the wolf, and jump past the final wolf. Here we meet Kath, but we're going to ignore her for now and go up instead to the first mandatory mini-boss. Once the barrier appears, immediately turn left and activate 2 Backman patches. Then pop a crystal seed, hit the armored knight and watch her die. Wait for the platform to rise and go right. Drop down and activate the blue orb, go up again and activate the second orb with an arrow. Don't worry about killing the witch, she's not hurt by the boulder falling down. On this screen it's easiest to jump over the wolves and then roll through the witch. Save inside the monastery, then drop down the long ladder and move left into the Cinder Chambers. Evading enemies here isn't too difficult, just make sure not to activate any traps. Here I hesitated because I wasn't sure where to go for a second, but it's just left and down. After ringing the bell I wanted to go down because this way it's usually easier, but it requires hitting an enemy, so that's a no-go here. Here you want to double jump off the platform, then wait for the lantern enemy to come towards you. Jump up to evade the first attack, then roll through her, jump to the edge of the platform, dodge through the mimic, and jump over the second lantern enemy. Drop down, destroy the barrels from a safe distance, then take a moment to breathe. Move right to see Kath fighting the heretical arsonist. Start by unleashing 2 Backman patches, then just hit the arsonist with arrows. Keep hitting her with arrows, and keep hitting her with arrows. Stay at a distance and hit her with arrows. Jump over her teleport firebolts, then hit her with arrows. Stay away, hit her with arrows, and hit her with arrows. Just keep your distance and hit her with arrows. The crystal seed and keep pumping her full of arrows. And she's finally dead. I accidentally told Kath to fly away, but we'll make it up to her later. However, first we collect the pocket incendiary, which adds a bit of fire damage to our attacks. Then we go right to save and collect the first crest fragment that allows us to air dash. Return to Kath to plant some regicide, and she tells us to collect the crest fragments. Now it's backtracking time and we move left. The statue here is the reason we couldn't come the easier way earlier, but now we can air dash past it, no problem. Here we need to hit the bomb thrower once, not to kill it, just to push it back a little. It's fine though, I think punching someone is an appropriate reaction to them throwing a bomb at you, even as a pacifist. Now we're backtracking to the monastery. Next, we're picking up the Tainted Missive, an item that will help us later. Here you want to move to the midpoint of the stairs, then roll through the wolf to evade the attack and drop down. Jump over the witch, roll through the weird looking enemy and pick up the Tainted Missive. Don't close the text message until the attack is over because you are invincible while it's up. Then move to the right and left again to reset the area and leave. Drop down next to the witch, then dash right to avoid falling into the wolf and backtrack to where we encountered Kath for the first time. Drop down into the water and move left and down to enter the subterranean grave. Move left to get to a save point and don't mind the conspicuous wall for now. Drop down and to the left and there's a fairly straightforward platforming section coming up. First we'll get a key for later. The only danger in this area are these skullbirds that kill you when you touch them. Turn left here to get to the next save point. In this run the big jellyfish spawned. This is kind of rare, but it's really only there for ambience as far as I know. This section is a bit tough to get right, so don't judge me for falling down, okay? With air dash it's pretty easy to get past the boomerang catgirl. On the next screen we need to punch another enemy. Wait for the catgirl to attack, this is a pacifist run after all, and once she made her intentions clear, attack her once. While she's staggered, roll through her to the edge of the platform and jump over the pit, crouch down, fire an arrow, then go up and through the trapdoor that has opened in the meantime. Roll through the lantern enemy and bait an attack from the bomb thrower. Stand near the wall and roll once the bomb is about to hit you. When the wall is down, go right and save. When moving to the next screen, make sure to jump and dash over the platform. If you don't, this boomerang catgirl spawns and harasses you while you fight the boss. So just jump and dash. Take a moment to prepare, then walk into the boss arena. Activate both backman patches, then crouch down and pump her full of arrows. When she disappears, stay mobile so she doesn't spawn into you. When she prepares her huge laser attack, interrupt her by attacking or roll to her other side. In general, it's best to stay away from her and crouch down. While crouched, her small laser can't hit you. She can also summon wolves, but it's not too unlikely for you to kill her before she has the chance. She drops another extremely useful item, the Sparse Thread, which causes a magic explosion. Move left to get to another save point, as well as the second crest fragment that allows us to draw the bow faster. To get past this lantern enemy, make sure to roll twice to avoid being hit. Using the key we got earlier, we can enter the Whiteleaf Memorial Park. After another short section avoiding all enemies, we can face the next boss. Use a Tainted Missive to double all damage dealt, jump into the boss arena, activate 2 Backman patches, and oh, it's Lubella again. Oh, she's dead. So yeah, boss fights aren't much of a problem in this run. Oh, we're dead too. But it's fine, we reincarnated as a cat. And Lubella even left us a present which happens to be doubly useless here. It restores HP per kill, but we can't afford to get hit anyway, and we also never kill anyone. The cat sphere allows us to turn into and from a cat at will. Now let's backtrack to where we fought the first boss. With our new cat form, we can drop down and enter a parallel dimension or something. In this area, the unpredictable imps are back, but with a bit of luck, the smaller hitbox from the cat form and the R-dash, it's not too hard. And we got the third crest fragment that allows us to warp between certain bell shrines. It's time to pick up the fourth and final crest fragment, but first we need to get a key. Warp to the monastery and go right. I got cursed here, but it only prevents item use for a time and doesn't cause damage, so it's fine. We've reached Kotilla, who gives us the key that we need and also tells us to kill the Queen of Karst. Go up again and this time go right. The next section is very difficult to get through, so just open the door, then move right and left to reset the area and return to save. Return in cat form, wait until the second spike piston is down and move forward, roll through the bomb spitting ghost and jump ahead. Prepare for a boss fight and go to the right. Use a tainted missive and make sure to press away the dialogue quickly so it doesn't run out. Move to the left, shoot her to stagger her and interrupt the lightning. Activate 2 backman patches, keep shooting her, stay wary of lightning, and she's dead. She drops more tainted missives, but we really only need 1. More importantly, we find the final crest fragment on the next screen. It allows us to charge our bow further. Anyway, backtrack to enter Karst Castle. On this screen, wait for a split second, then jump and dash over the birds onto the bouncy cube to get up. If you do it too early, the projectile by the skeleton above will hit you. Next up is one of the hardest parts of the game. Go up the ladder and turn into a cat. Jump and dodge through the skeleton, then go up again. Go left and dodge through the skeleton, then don't do what I did and immediately go left and right to reset the area. Get past the next skeleton, then jump and dash over the birds. Drop down and wait for the skeleton to come towards you a bit, then jump over it, turn into human Kaho, climb the ladder and get past the bird by rolling or air dashing. Turn into a cat, go right, roll through the first skeleton, jump over the second skeleton and the bird and go up for the true ending. Jump left and onto the bouncy cube, up onto the second bouncy cube, up past the projectiles, roll through the skeleton, pick up the sealed wind, roll back through the skeleton, wait for the projectile, drop down, 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 then drop to the left side of the collapsing floor. Dash past the projectile, drop down, run past the painting and air dash past the skeletons. Jump past the skeletons and fire enemy, then drop down again and move left to unlock the shortcut and save. Move right and down to unlock the next shortcut. Prepare for the next boss fight, then move right. As a cat you can run past this big trap, as human Kaho you have to roll once you're right below it. Jump over the birds, jump over the skeleton and dodge through the 2 skeletons. Just after the end of the overhang, activate Tainted Missive and move right. To defeat Lupia, immediately move to the left and activate 2 Blackman patches. Then finish her with 2 sparse threads. While Magnolia is gone, stay mobile so she doesn't backstab you. Then keep your distance and fire arrows at her. And she's dead too. We get heavy arrows, which will be useful for the final boss fight. Move right to the next save point. On the right, there's a raised drawbridge, so we have to drop down and go through the moat, which isn't too difficult. Don't dodge through the skeleton because it will hurt you, just walk behind it and jump onto the ladder. Flick the switch, then go left to save and go on to the next bell shrine. Now it's time to backtrack to the windmill, which you probably missed unless you know about it already. Bait an attack and go to the very edge of the platform. Make sure not to be too close to the witch, because she can die otherwise for some reason. Turn into a cat, drop down and bathe your leaf in hibisco tea. This turns green and unlocks the true ending. The leaf also deals more damage afterwards. Next, return and warp back to Karst Castle. This next section is very difficult and pretty random again. Move left, go up, immediately go right to bait an attack, left to bait the snail to come down, and right to bait the next attack by the witches. Jump over the snail, up and past the upper witch, then climb the ladder. Turn into a cat right away for the smaller hitbox, then dodge while the platform descends. Wait, dodge again, wait more, dodge again. Jump straight up near the witch, dash through her onto the platform and use the double jump if necessary. Dodge the attack, jump over the enemies, turn into a Jugendkaho and climb the ladder. Turn into a cat again, jump to activate the trap, but make sure to only lightly tap the button so you don't stay in the air for too long. Row through the first snail, air dash past the second, then row through the third. Don't try to air dash past all of them, because the cooldown period is just a quarter second too long. The next part is luckily quite easy, you just need to drop down fast enough. Flick the switch and the shortcut is unlocked. The next section is quite straightforward. This spike pit is easy to get past by double jumping and air dashing. Go up to find Kath and end her suffering. It's not necessary, but do it anyway. Coming up is the second mandatory mini-boss, Silk. She has a gimmick in that she disappears and reappears in company of some clones. You need to hit her true version, who is flying lower than the clones, to make them disappear. Once she disappears, go to the right until you see the barrier. In my experience, she spawns close by most of the time. Hit her with one sparse thread, then with a 3-hit leave combo. When she reappears, do it again, and she's dead. The next area is pretty random. Go to the top of the first ramp, dodge the attack. Time the jump up to the attack noise of the enemy on the far left. Dodge through the skeleton, make sure it hasn't fallen down yet. Run left, then dodge past the enemy. Depending on what attack she does, this will not work, so you may have to retry even when you don't make a mistake. Turn into cat form, jump onto the far platform, then jump and dash past the skeletons. Turn into human Kaho to climb the ladder, then ride the elevator while dodging attacks. It's easiest to move left and right between the sides of the elevator. Here is the third and final time we need to actively hit a regular enemy. I unequipped the pocket and sensory to be safe, but I'm not sure that's necessary. Roll through the skeleton, evade the bomb and projectile, hit the second skeleton and jump through it while it's staggered. Then jump away to the right to find the final bell shrine. Prepare yourself for the final boss fight and move right when ready. In the middle of the first window, activate Tainted Missive, start charging the bow and move right. Keep charging the bow until it has reached the third level and unleash once the Cursed Queen of Karst appears. This will easily take a third of her health. Evade her projectile attack and keep hitting her. When she disappears, keep moving, hit her with the bow and leave and keep evading. She didn't do it this time, but when she does the zigzag triangle attack, move towards the very edge of the screen to stay safe. Make sure to kill her from a distance with a bow, since she gets a larger hitbox on death. Once she's dead, move to the center between two windows, either on the left or the right, turn towards the center and activate two backlog patches. Then move to the center, activate both sparse threads, and charge the bow while waiting out her attack. Jump up, hit her with the charged arrows and finish her second phase. Charge the bow again and unleash it once the triangles move to either of her sides. Stay in the middle to avoid the explosion and keep attacking her. When she charges up, move to the edge of the screen, wait, then run to the center and dodge once the first projectile appears. Keep attacking, but watch out for the indicator in the center of the screen to dodge the projectiles from below. When this happens, punish her with the bow. Once the triangles move to the sides, make sure to stay in the middle. Then just keep doing that. And that's how you do a pacifist run of Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight on the hardest difficulty without getting hit. Kaho absorbs the curse from the queen and vanishes in the process. And now I'll just let the credits roll, or most of them anyway.